Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So next episode, Challenger appears. This was kind of an announced deck, right, some time ago, with the Dark World structure deck. It was released in the OCG some time ago, but it's not really popping off. We know why, a couple of different reasons. But we recently got the Dark World structure deck in the TCG, and I've been keeping up with some lists from past weekend to weekend before that, and I took one of them, and let's see how it does against, the current decks in this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. This is probably going to be the last one, right? The last Challenger appears, since I don't think there's like more decks we could do, unless I might be missing something. Might be the case. But we'll see. But a couple of new cards, compared to the Dark World deck that I was playtesting a couple of weeks ago, when it was first released, like this, new. Is it a new Link? It's a Link 2. It's basically a monster reborn for Fiend types. But as soon as you use its effect to reborn a Fiend type from your graveyard, like Snow or Beige or, whatever, any Dark World monster, you can bounce it back. You're forced into only being able to special summon, what is it, Fiend types for the rest of the turn? I think so. And the thing is that I wasn't running Ceruli, the one, what is it, level 1 or level 2 Dark World, that, you give it to your opponent and then you can discard a card from your hand, but it will count as discarded from your opponent, or by your opponent. So it's basically, as you saw, you can, like, first turn, if your opponent does not have the right hand trap or hand traps to stop you, like Nexi or something like that, you can just Silva multiple times, and, you have stuff like Akashic, another Link 2, like very similar to Grinder Golem, to bounce back a couple of, like, the Ceruli or the Dark or the Danger monster in the same column, right? And then you can just reuse Ceruli and another Silva. That's so broken, like ridiculous. Anyway, so again, going first against one of my favorite decks, being Domain. But if Domain is not going first, I mean, Dark World, it's not really, let's say, if Dark World goes second against Domain, I mean, they can, like, put up Domain and what then? There's still stuff like Grapha or the big beat sticks that could potentially threaten your opponent's board. So Ceruli already got, well, Ceruli into Silva already got rid of 4 cards? Yeah. Was able to bounce back the Ceruli probably because of the Akashic, or did already draw another copy of Ceruli. That's the thing with this deck. It's, if you're playing against a deck that's not playing too many hand traps or no hand traps at all, or maybe like one Ash or, Ash Blossom, like even Failure, it's Nibiru is big against the deck. Well, it depends. Like, if you have enough extenders, you can make, like, as you see, there's, the deck can do, or pump out, the deck can pump out so much. And I guess even Nibiru, if you have the capability to put up your fusion as soon as possible. Dugarras is ridiculous as well. I mean, draw 2, discard 1, or reborn something, and then, the cycle goes through getting the new rainbows on board. And that's the thing with this deck, it doesn't only hand loop your opponent for, what is it, 4 cards, maybe even, well, no, Silva needs to send back 2, right? It's not up to 2. So I guess first turn sending back 4, and then during their turn, as soon as they activate a card effect, you can just put the other 2. Well, depends, I mean, they're only left with 2, but you know what I mean. And then, that's not all, you can end on a couple of negations, couple of floodgates, Titanic Galaxy for the spell negation, you have of course the fusion as an omni negation, the potential Masquerina for an early, for at least, for an Appaloosa play, or for the Underworld Goddess play. So the deck is super ridiculous. Going second this time, so this is much tougher, especially against a deck that has the capability to put up an early Abyss Dweller, and Dweller is fantastic against Dark World. I don't think there is any decks that, at least that main decking, or at least they aren't main decking Droll. Droll is a big answer for Dark World. So, Zodiac, or at least Masterpiece, Zoo, kind of strong deck. I think the end board is going to be something like Masterpiece and Dweller. Masterpiece, Dweller, Drynant, and potentially the Dimensional Barrier as well. But Barrier is not, I mean, okay, you could prevent the potential fusion summon if it's there, or an Exceed summon. That's basically it. And okay, that's still okay-ish, but I mean, Danger, Dark World, you're not super, reliant on your extra deck. And this is definitely a good opening hand, especially with that new level 4, that when it's like banished, special summon itself back again, that's really broken. plus its searching effect, the terraforming effect is not once per turn. So here, I need to force out the destruction card, so both Masterpiece and Trident are used, and much more important because of that card destruction, I definitely, needed to get rid of the Dweller. Then again, there might be a way that the Zodiac deck is able to recycle the potential Dweller in the graveyard, right? But it needs to put up Emerald first, and then another rank 4 Exceed play. I don't think the deck can do that. Unless if it's playing Northern, but I don't think so. I don't think this deck is playing Northern, I'm not sure. Nexi is there as well, I think only a one-off here in this particular deck. 2017, right before Master Rule 4. So I still survive, and that's cool because of, 2 cards in hand. Beige is going to special summon itself if it's getting discarded off of card destruction, and Grapha drawn. That's superb, because that, Grapha pop will target the back row, I think, or Trident. Okay, that's definitely solid as well. I'm not sure if Masterpiece is alive. Is there a continuous spell and trap engrave? I don't think so. Or were it... No. They were discarded off of card destruction. But, I mean, Danger, Dark World, Snow Shenanigans, plus the fact that their special summoning conditions or effects, they're not once per turn, so they still work under Dweller as well. So let's say, if you have Grapha or the Rainbow in Graveyard, you can still special summon them to the field. That could be important, even though Dweller might be active. So here, I guess... Right, I guess we can expect a potential dimensional barrier, on the Exceed. This is fine. Much more important here was to get one either Rainbow or Grapha in Graveyard, and then just go for any Link play to again get all the names in the Graveyard, because again, they're not once per turn. And like the Exceed challenge, that's cool, but it's like, bruh, I don't need to, play around hand traps. I think Nexi is, I think, the only hand trap here for this deck, for Zodiac, Zodiac True Draco, or Masterpiece, who, I think, I'm not sure, I think they're side-decking hand traps, like Ash, I think so, but anyway, so deck out by Nexi. Go second against Rulers, again a deck that has access to Nexi and Failers, so not too threatening, especially if you're going second. Like going first, if you're getting Nexi, I guess, because there was always a potential threat of getting OTK'd, I guess you should definitely respect Nexi. Definitely against a deck that, plays like multiple Failures, Ashes, that, they can draw into hand traps, right? So this is, I guess, a standard opening board for Dragon Rulers post their first ban list, right? When the small babies got banned. So I guess double Draco Sec, I guess just to survive and potentially go for game next turn, right? Especially with the Wing Blast, you need a card, so that's why the Sixth Sense is, stuck in hand, but card destruction for a full Dark World hand, that's GG played, that's game over. I remember in the good old school days when Dark World was first released, I think we still had stuff like Graceful Charity, right? Legal, that was so broken as well with Gold and Silva. Just free boss monsters to get on board. But card destruction legal, especially here with Dark World, that's so nutty. This is also one of, well, it's not really a new card, but the Salamander Catalyzer. It's just a one-off. I like it. A level 4 that has the capability to, reveal, is it another monster or another fiend type? And then you have the option to either special summon Salamander or the other one, right? So it's basically a free level 4 on field or a Dark World discard. And that's superb, because again, it's an easy Dugaris, an easy Baguska maybe, if you need to stall it out. So Saryuja is there for more draws, more special summons, and again, this is turn number 2, so I should be able to go for a game, even though there's double Dracosec and double tokens. Crazy stuff. Why isn't this once per turn, right? Like, Akashic hitting the board to reuse Saryuja. I think I still had the special summon from hand effect from Saryuja, so that's my mistake. But it's not going to matter too much. Pretty much drawn my entire deck, right? So Bigfoot gets special summoned, Saryuja again hitting the board, getting those, attack boosts, but that's not too crucial. There's a couple of ways to, getting rid of the Dracosec and the tokens. The Dengirsu is there. There is the Underworld Goddess for the Link play. What else is there? Grapha pops, but I think both of them are either in field or graveyard, right? And there's only one token left, even though 11k life points. Why was that? Upstart? One upstart, but why over... Ah, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Right. Okay, 11k is not enough. It's not going to be enough. So I should be able to, yeah, Grafa, I guess, pop something, get Nessie on board. Snow is going to search something not important, and this is more than enough to attack for a game. Crazy stuff, right? It feels like it's not really fair to some extent. Spellbooks. If you've been keeping up with Challenger Appears, like Spellbooks has been the killer of the Challenger Appears from like past decks. So let's see, again going second and dealing with Yugioh, and this might be the end, as in, you know, a deck that loses twice, it will be out, the Challenger ends, but wait for it. So, Thunderbird's getting discarded. That was so crucial. Like a small chance, but hitting the Solemn Warning was crucial. So normal summon goes through. So I'm able to attack into Yugioh, but I still need to get lucky with those danger mills. And I think the Rainbow was milled. So again, another disgusting mill. Getting the 2 draws off of Bro. Double Mothman is not the best, but okay, I'm still in the duel. I'm still in the game. Potentially, you know, establishing my board. And opponent having, what is it, 6 cards in hand. A couple of searches off of Spellbook of Judgment, but this is not going to be enough because, you know, Silva times 3, right? Let's go for it. So having a field spell, Akashic, that's so stupid, right? Akashic hitting the field, bouncing back all cards in the same column except itself. So Ceruli back in hand for another use. That's so broken. So Silva hits the field, and Guard Destruction as well, getting rid of all of the Surge cards. And drawing the Destiny draw for Dark World, the continuous spell, that's always nice. You know, like the 3 discards, at will are so important. Potentially Ceruli to get another Silva discard, right? Or what is it, sending back to the bottom? I think so. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. It's crazy stuff. The Fiend hits the field as well. Appaloosa just to make sure. Titanic Galaxy, you know, using, at least having the fusion as well. But I don't think the Spellbook deck is main decking too many hand traps. Is Maxi there? It might be the case, but not here in this situation. So Danger, Bigfoot hits the field. The Grafa was discarded. Ningirsu hits the Ceruli, I guess. But this is still in main phase 2, but whatever, right? I don't think I was able to drop Silva another time. Because again, no space, I needed more space, but Titanic Galaxy, Appaloosa, Dingirsu for protection, the Dark World Omnication Fusion, this is GG well played, so the curse has been broken. Because, you know, this was like every time I think, like against the Shizu, against Runic maybe, I think, like Spellbooks always was the killer of those decks. Going second this time, and this is not good against a deck that has the capability to discard 1 card from my hand, but at the same time getting information about my hands, like, you know, Infernal Knights. Especially looking at my hand, I need some luck, but there's one huge problem, and that's something that, well, I first overlooked, because I was like, okay, maybe like 1 or 2 Omni Negations, let's skip it through, right, you know, the combos. Because it's always going to be the same, but that right card here on the field, that Herald. That's a huge card against Dark World. Every card that's, you know, that's sent from the hand to the graveyard is banished instead, so I'm not going to win this one. Even when I'm super lucky, there's Boral Savage for an Omnication, the Gearfried for a Monster Negation, Charles for a pop, and of course Herald itself is also an Omni Negation, so nope, I'm not going to win this one. It is what it is. That's, I mean, it's fine though, we're still in this, right? The deck that loses twice will be out, but this is, like, going first, this definitely would have been different, right? Like Dark Ruler and Talents, they are not going to do anything if you're going second against Dark World. So next one, this is also a tough matchup. Now I'm going first, but I get next seed. And this is the problem I was facing. Like, if a deck is main decking like close to none hand traps, then I'm just probably go for it. Deck them out, right? Because they can special summon multiple times. But like against this deck, Dragoon deck, it's main decking Ashes, Failures, like enough answers to potentially stop a Saryuja from, you know, going through. And that's a problem. So I maybe gave my opponent 1 or 2 extra draws. But the call-by, that's the deal, right? Like, imagine Silva being summoned now, getting rid of 2, I mean, okay, your opponent can pick, right? So losing Red Eyes and 1 instant, that's not going to be the end of the world, but I don't know. Would it have been different? Maybe, because now I don't have any interruption. I lost my Grapha previously, and I think I had the fusion spell, you know, set to use quick play, but Makaba is indeed going to negate that, and that's GG. Yep, that's GG well played, so I lose this one. So 2 losses, even though it, you know, it started ridiculous, but it is what it is. So if you have any other ideas for decks for the Challenger Appears, definitely let me know. But we're almost done with the Cross-Banlist Cup. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks so much. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them signing out. Peace.